Hey guys, welcome back to Four-Wheel Drive is Life. I want to show you my Xtrusion Overland XBRS bedrack. I used to have Xtrusion Overland's XTR1 bedrack. However, for this build right now, I'm going with an 8-inch tall XBRS bedrack, which is a little more low profile. I think it fits my Tacoma a lot better. So this is the final form of the XBRS bedrack. And since there's not a lot of instructions on how to install the XBRS bedrack online, so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step process how to assemble your XBRS bedrack. Initially, I was planning on running the bedrack together with my tonneau cover. However, I found out my tonneau cover doesn't really fit underneath the bedrack if I have the corner brackets on the Xtrusion Overland. And I definitely wanted that because I want as more structural parts as possible to be able to support the rooftop tent that I may eventually put on it. So I just removed the tonneau cover. It still maintains the look of the truck on the bed, while maintaining some carrying capability and mounting possibilities for accessories. So normally Xtrusion Overland bedrack comes within 2 to 3 different packages, depending on what you order. If you have the moly panel, they normally come within one box, and then the smaller box has all the hardwares, including the brackets, screws, bolts, nuts, stuff like that. And then there's a bigger box for the good stuff, which is the extruded aluminum bars, which is what I'm opening here now. For my XBRS rack, I have about 8 bars, including 4 little short 8-inch bars on the side, like a vertical column, and then 4 longer bars, 2 across and 2 front and back. Please pay extra attention on the tapped side. As you see here, one side of the bar is tapped and the other is not. The tapped side is supposed to be connecting to the joint where it's connecting to another piece, where the untapped part end is facing down. So as with all the packages I receive, I'm always going to check the completeness of the packing list according to what I actually receive, so that I don't miss anything when I start to install and assemble. Alright, first step is to loosely secure the side brackets on the 4 corners onto the bed rail of the Toyota Tacoma, which is what I have. And then starting to install, also loosely assemble the vertical column, the shortest one, onto the bracket. Make sure the hole that's tapped is facing upwards. After the upright columns are loosely installed, now comes the corner bracket or joint bracket. This bracket connects the upright column to the main cross brace. Before everything is final connected, I suggest leave everything not super tight so that you have room to be adjusting the angle or the location if needed. So after installing the right side corner bracket, I realized it would be much easier for me to install the corner brackets onto the main crossbar first, and then sit the entire crossbar, including the brackets, onto the upright column. Especially when you're doing the project alone, there's no helping hand, so you're trying to use the gravity and trying to plan in your head what step to be done first. Now I'm just connecting everything on the back so that I can tighten them later on. See what I mean by keeping everything loose so that it's easier to adjust the angle of the whole setup, and sometimes the holes don't even match up, so it's easier that way. Once the corner brackets are installed, I then started to install the optional off-road reinforcement plate. In my opinion, this plate is essential if you want to keep the rack as rigid, as solid as possible if you ever plan to mount any weights on top, because it's another structural piece that will prevent the rack from being loose and better ability to retain the arc. One suggestion while installing the Xtrusion Overland bedrack is that be mindful and plan out the order of you put in the T-nut, because with different holes like this bracket, if the T-nut channel is not horizontal or leveled, it may be able to slide, and it will slide out of the hole so that it doesn't match up and create some further headache if you don't plan well. Also here shown when you tighten the nut onto the T-nut, when you tighten the bolt on the T-nut, make sure, see how there's a little play at the end of the thread. Make sure you really tighten it first and then lose it like a quarter turn so that it bites into the channel, or there's a possibility for it to get loose. Now I'm on to assembling the main braces in between the main cross brace. What I'm unpacking right now is the end plate that goes at the end of the main braces onto the main cross braces. This end plate is an updated version of the Xtrusion Overland bat rack. What I used to get with my XTR1 rack is a square plate, kind of like a patch that goes over two plates, so that one side covers one plate and the other covers the other bar. They both work, however this one's much more low profile and it doesn't sit above or on the side of the bar so that you can still mount stuff over two bars. And these hardwares goes to the outside of the end plate where it connects to the crossbars. See the reason why I stressed leaving both bars loosely attached. So now at the moment of attaching both of them together, I have the freedom of sliding bars independently so that I can easily adjust for the length of the crossbar to fit together. And also freely adjust the width of the two crossbars. Now I'm on to the second brace / bars. After adjusting the position of the two bars, I'm able to final tighten both of them at the ideal location spot on my rack. If you have made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for your time. If you see, my channel is based on reviewing off-road products and tell you guys how I install them, how I use them, how well they hold up through time. So I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and like the video, and if you're interested in the Xtrusion Overland rack or any product I review or show on my channel, always feel free to use the link and my promo code in the description below to support my channel. It's not going to be extra cost for you, and sometimes it's even more discount for you guys with my code. Lastly, I'm installing the rooftop tent bracket made by Xtrusion Overland. I like the bracket because it provides a really low profile in terms of not having the rooftop tent sitting on top of the rack. This one just sits flush up against the top of the rack. Alright, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.